Well, it's a subject that most of us don't want to discuss, but it may be the one thing that we all have in common. The topic of death is now commonplace in the media, and we talk about murders like they are an accepted everyday occurrence. But tonight, two of the people who work in the business of death are saying that if we really consider dying, we would learn to live better. Goldie Bruce has more.
Margaret Joseph owns and operates the Ideal Funeral Home here in San Juan. She's well known in the media, ever present at crime scenes. She's been in the business for over 30 years and says that it's what she was born to do. But Margaret has experienced firsthand how people feel about death. She says she's usually the brunt of their frustration.
I used to go on removal and get a lot of embarrassment. People would embarrass you when you go on removals. They would tell you all sorts of things. Sometimes you're watching it's only because, you have to conduct yourself in a proper manner that you wouldn't go and, start a cuss and carry on. What it does be real. I tell you, some people ain't easy with that.
But what she does know for sure is that if more people did the work that she does, this country would be a better place.
I feel people are supposed to get involved with that, and they will learn to live different with people. Yeah, we need Trinidadians. We need that right now because people don't care about people right now. You're on the road driving, they don't care about you. People is very disrespectful. You might feel you have a big car, you have a big house, and you're more than people, but at the end of the day, it's one way we're going. It's either you burn or you bury.
Wendell McIntyre agrees. He has also been in the business for some time. He now operates as a gravedigger at the San Juan Public Cemetery.
I would like some of the youngsters who say they're the gangsters, it's just the killing people. But come in the cemetery one of these days and do the job we're doing. There's some people that run from it. Some people don't even want to walk in the gate. They don't even want to come close to the grave site. I would like them to come and try it.
He says you do require special resolve to work in this business because grief affects everyone.
In most of the funerals, when I see the mothers crying and this one crying, it does hurt me because remember I'm a father and it could happen to me too. I see moms crying because you could see I buried two babies there side by side, and it was hard because sometimes I'm trying to shake my head because I don't want to say, look, it's my kid, or, you know what I mean? I just shake out of it and just come back to myself.
Yet another murder reported today, and the victim was only 19 years old. Those who deal with death and dying are urging the rest of us to consider more closely the value of life. For CNC3, I'm Goldie Bruce.
The Friends of Tobago Aids Society today hosted its 11th annual walk against HIV/AIDS. The walk began at the Dwight Yorke Staduim at 5 in the morning and saw participation from many, including Chief Secretary Orville London and soca star Kees. Chester Sambrano reports.
Lighting candles for all those who lost their lives to the virus AIDS. Brought together by the Friends of Tobago Aids Society, many Tobagonians took to the streets, some on bikes, some on foot, all from different ages and walks of life. The 11th annual AIDS Walk held on Monday was geared towards standing up against stigma and discrimination associated with persons who have contracted the disease. The walk started at the Dwight Yorke Staduim at 5 a.m. and ended at the Store Bay Beach facility and had the full support of Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, Orville London.
That marches like this are important, but marches like this have to be seen as more than an event. Marches like this have got to be seen as instrument for energizing and mobilizing people for more positive action.
Also taking part in Monday's activity was soca star Kees, who shared some positive words.
That just be aware. This is a different time, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on, you know what I mean? And I think that things like this and just general talking to the kids, the next generation, you know what I mean, and educating people about AIDS, you know, definitely.
And this participant was very pleased with the involvement of the younger generation.
It reminds me of, of the previous years, and I find this year you have more youths coming out, and that is so encouraging. And I wish that this could be a message, for all Tobagonians that, HIV/AIDS has passed a stage where stigma and discrimination is no longer accepted.
I am Chester Sambrano, reporting for CNC3 News.
The Manzanilla River Government Primary School is closed until Wednesday after strong winds last evening resulted in a tree falling on the southern side of the school, damaging power and phone lines. According to the school principal, Theophilus Ned, TNTech and fire officials visited the school compound and repairs are underway. Mr. Ned says it is for this reason the doors to the school will remain closed tomorrow. He says students should be able to return to classes on Wednesday. Well, if you're an animal lover or someone that has an interest in having a pet, the story will be interesting for you. The Trinidad Tobago Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, South Branch, is calling for volunteers to help upkeep its facility, which houses stray puppies and kittens. Otto Carrington has some more.
They are all so cuddly. Would you not want one? The Trinidad and Tobago Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, South Branch, is calling for help. The organization, which operates on donations, need major repair to this facility that only accommodates abandoned puppies and kittens. Located in Gopal Lands, Marabella, overgrown bush and a dilapidated building have rendered some kennels uninhabitable. Caretaker for 23 years, Tony Charles, explains funding is limited and the service they provide is essential. He complained that a cesspit tank installed for the animal waste is destroyed and the association has the labor but needs material to fix it.
Our immediate need really is for funding because there's a lot of repairs that need to be done on the premises. The perimeter fence on the southern and northern, the western and northern side is all gone, completely gone. So we need to have that replaced. As you may have noticed when you were coming in, somebody donated 2 rolls of chain link wire, which would help, but it's not all that we would need. We need a lot more than that.
Some of these animals have gone through the most horrible experiences of abuse before reaching the TTSPCA. And it's sad because some of them end up like this puppy and a kitten. Mr. Charles notes that euthanization is the last option at the center when the animals are not adopted.
We try not to euthanize quickly. Usually in animal shelters, when the animals are not adopted, they are euthanized. We try to defer from doing that as much as possible to give them enough chance to be adopted. And sometimes it works is that somebody may come and take them at a later stage, not at the early puppy stage and kitten stage, And then those who are not adopted, we keep them either as compound cats.
He asks that citizens who want pets to ensure that the animal is spayed or neutered. Mr. Charles says this will control unwanted dogs and cats coming to the shelter.
If there is no need for them to procreate, then you can stop them from having children in full by spaying and neutering. It is not a process that causes any pain to them. They are put under full anesthetic. In the case of the female, the ovaries and uterus are removed, so she can't have children at all. In the case of the male, the testicles are removed, so he cannot breed a female.
The TTSPCA South Branch is calling anyone to assist in the prevention of cruelty against animals. I am Otto Carrington reporting for CNC3 News.